hello, hello, hello. Bhagawan जन युगल चरण तारण जगदीश्वर योग निरोधन समाहित मन निरोधन समाहित मन निरखित कृपा भंजन दुख गंजन करुणाधन कर्म जगत तारण प्राणापन जगत तारण कीर्तन करे धो वंचन काम कांचन अति निंदित इंद्रिय त्यागी ईश्वर हे नरवर त्यागी ईश्वर हे नरवर देह पदे विवेशाय आरती तुम्हार गाये जय छंद भगतरिंद आरती तोमा जय जय आरती तोमा हर हर आरती तोमा शिव शिव आरती तोमा खंड बंधन जगवंदन वंदे तो जय श्री गुरु महाराज जी की जय। ओम ह्रीं ह्रीतं कम चलो गुणजी गुणेठा नक्तं दिवं सकरुणं तव पाद पद्मं मोहं कशं बहुकृतं न भजे यतोऽहं तस्मात् त्वमेव शरणं मम दीन बन्धो भक्तिर्भगश्च भजनं भवभेद कारी गच्छन्त्यलं सुविपुलं गमनाय तत्त्वं वक्रोद्धृतोऽपि हृदमे न च भाति किञ्चित् तस्मात् त्वमेव शरणं मम दीन बन्धो तेजस्तरन्ति तरसा त्वयि तृप्त तृष्णा रागे कृते ऋतपथे त्वयि राम कृष्णे मर्त्यामृतं तव पदं मरणोन्निनाशं तस्मात् त्वमेव शरणं मम दीन बन्धो कृत्यं करोति कलुषं कुहकान्तकारी शान्तं शिवं सुविमलं तव नाम नाथ यस्मादहं त्वशरणो जगदेक गम्य तस्मात् त्वमेव शरणं मम दीन बन्धो ॐ स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्म स्वरूपिणे अवतार वरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः। ॐ नमो श्री भगवते रामकृष्णाय नमो नमः। ॐ नमो श्री भगवते रामकृष्णाय नमो नमः। ॐ नमो श्री भगवते रामकृष्णाय नमो नमः। सर्वमङ्गल माङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थ साधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते। सृष्टिस्थिति विनाशाना शक्ति भूते सनातने गुणाश्रये गुणमये नारायणी नमोस्तुते। शरणागत दीनार्थ परित्राण परायणे सर्वस्याते हरे देवी Namostute Jaya Narayani Namostute Jaya Narayani Namostute Jaya Narayani Namostute Jaya Narayani Namostute Jai Mahamai ki Jai Jai Bhagawan Sri Ramakrishna Dev ki Jai Jai Swami Ji Maharaj Ji ki Jai.
My namaskars to everyone. As is this tradition in our Ramakrishna Math Mumbai, whenever senior Swamijis of Ramakrishna order visits our center, we prayerfully request them to give a discourse, a talk to our devotees. As we can understand, these talks are very helpful to understand our spiritual ideal, where we have come, where we belong. Spiritual ideal, it is to be understood not only in its theories and philosophies, but the practical aspects of it, insights from the people who have lived it for a long duration. Today we are fortunate to have amongst us visiting our center Srimad Swami Baneshananji Maharaj. Revered Swamiji got initiated in his student days into spiritual life in the year 1973 by Swami Vireshwaranji Maharaj. the 10th president of the Ramakrishna order. Swami Vireshwaranji Maharaj in turn was the disciple of Holy Mother Sri Sarada Devi. Swamiji joined the order as a novice in the year 1975 at the center Kakudgachi, Kolkata. He received his monastic vows in the year 1986. He has served the order in different capacities at its international headquarters in Belurmat near Kolkata as the head of the law department and at its branch centers in Kakudgachi, Kolkata as the personal assistant to revered Swami Bhuteshananji Maharaj, who was the vice president of Ramakrishna order at that time. Then Shillong, which is the capital of Meghalaya, as the chief accountant and chief warden of the students' home, and at Chennai Mutt as the editor of the English monthly, the Vedanta Kesari. Swamiji was appointed to our Vedanta Center in Germany in 2004 as its head. From November 2019 to September 2021, Swamiji, together with the center in Germany, also served as the president of the Center Vedantic Ramakrishna, Graz, France. He is conversant in many languages like Sanskrit, English, Bengali, Hindi, Assamese, Oriya, and Khasi, and of course in German. He is very popular Swami in our Ramakrishna order, and as we can see, for more than 20 years, he is serving in this center in the Germany and giving discourses, spiritual discourses in various centers in the West. Today's his topic of discussion he has chosen is Sri Ramakrishna and the genesis of our work in Germany. I prayerfully request Revered Maharaj to share his thoughts, ideas, his insights, to inspire us into our spiritual life and to help us understand through his keen insights and his words of wisdom. Prayerfully at the feet of Maharaj.
Revered Swamijis and dear devotees of Sri Ramakrishna, I deem it an honor and a privilege to be here this evening to share not my thoughts but some of my experiences while doing the works of Sri Ramakrishna in the West. I have been there in Germany for the last 22 years, and in our works in the West are very tough, very difficult because of language barrier, then also to get the money required for our work. So there are so many difficulties. So in spite of all these things, when I look back after 22 years, it brings me joy and satisfaction and nothing more than that. Actually speaking, I myself did not want to go out of India. So I was hesitating, and that time Revered Swami Ranganathanandaji Maharaj was the president of the order, and somehow this information reached his ears. Then he called me by his side and directly said, "You are going to Germany." And when in our order the president says like that, we accept it as the directive coming directly from Sri Ramakrishna. We have no power to say no to that. So I said, "Yes, Maharaj." He was very, very happy. So I went there. Now I feel that it was such a great fortune for me that I was selected. We have so many monks in the order. Looking back, I could just reflect who would get such a wonderful chance to serve Sri Ramakrishna's ideal and do some pioneering work in a new country. I was the first Swami there. People there did not know how to behave with the Swami, and I, of course, seriously did not know how to behave there. But Sri Ramakrishna's work happens. You see, there are a few things about that before going into some details about that work. It is a hugely big narrative, a history for 22 years. But a few things have become very clear like daylight in front of me, that there are some words in Sanskrit which really have practical meaning. Like we say, the will of God. What is the will of God? The grace of God. So the differences are there, of course. So will of God, whatever happens, that happens at the will of God. We have to accept that when we face challenges, come across failures, then we know that that might be the will of God. And I can stand as an evidence to that. During my journey there for 22 years, I have seen sometimes at the end, almost at the end of, when the final moment came, we had to accept failure. But afterwards I found that that was good actually. So there is a prayer in English. The devotee is praying to God. Oh God, I do not know how many times you saved me by not fulfilling my wishes. Those who have grown in age, they can surely vouch for this truth. That is, of course, 100% true when we are doing such serious works. But what about that failure? We learned a lot from that, and we start anew without mistakes. Then we are successful. There are such stories, many such stories. And there are two words in Sanskrit which Aurobindo has defined very well. One is called Karuna, another is called Kripa. Sri Ramakrishna uses the word Kripa for both. So, Sri Ramakrishna says that the wind of Kripa is blowing. But if you want to make use of it, then you have to set your sail. You have to use it for your purpose. So Karuna exactly means that there is a general grace of God. It is everywhere. That is why we say that without the wish of God, even a leaf on the tree will not move. That is normal, general. Even Holy Mother has said that God can hear the footsteps of an ant. He can hear that sound. This is normal for everyone. And when the grace is personalized, that I utilize all my strength to achieve something in the name of God. It may be something material in this world for my family or for something else. It may be something spiritual, doesn't matter. But I have been working for it. And then my work becomes successful. Then I know that it is by the grace of Sri Ramakrishna. the problem happens that at the end of our work, we actually know that it was done by God, but we have to take the credit. So we print our names there. That is a big mistake we do. So this is the truth about our spiritual life, about God's presence everywhere. But this becomes very prominent when we are working under challenging circumstances for God's work, for the good of humanity. Then you see that these things are very practical. They are not just simple intellectual understanding, but they have practical basis. So, in and through these years of my work, I have experienced that. And another thing about grace, personalized grace, you have to give out your best and then leave the rest on God. It will happen, which you can't do. It will happen. And sometimes the grace is so powerful, if you are not really prepared, you will be simply blown away by this, the sheer force of it. Just do something very serious, you will experience it. And another thing you will see, that when we say that we are doing God's work, actually speaking, you will see their hands. They will be working hand in hand with you. You can see those hands. So this is as true as the truth itself. So with this introduction, I will just go into some details. When I was sent to that country, I have to make a module or model of our work according to the traditions, culture, ethos of that country. That means we have to make ourselves relevant in that country. The things we do in India are not necessary there. They have enough of material wealth, they have enough of material comfort. They don't need our charity. They have enough of religion. And that religion has bound the society in and through and through. They have enough religion. So we have to discover what we can actually do to bring benefit to those people, spiritual benefit to those people. That is a serious job. I have traveled through many countries in the world and we have our centers. I am sorry to say, sometimes it is true that we have our Indian centers in foreign countries. Then I thought we have to actually make ourselves relevant for that country. So we must give ourselves enough time. And when I am talking about these 22 years, you can just imagine, it is not 22 months, it is not 22 days. So many months, so many hours, so many nanoseconds. So you see that you have to act it always and for such a long time. There is a saying in English that patience with God is called faith. You have to prove yourself this way. So when I went there, I put three things in front of me that I have to understand. That is a new country, their new language, new culture. They have many good things in them. But what we can do? So I tried to experiment on that aspect and evolve different ways to help them. So I had to study their social structure, their relations with the churches, why people are getting out of the churches, getting de-affiliating themselves, why people are becoming atheists, why, what actually they need. Do they need another religion? Or what actually they need? That we have to discover. I'm happy to say that after about 15 years, I could come to that conclusion that this should be the model for our work in Germany. Second thing was where to establish this center permanently. So I had to experiment on this aspect at 3 different locations. One center near Cologne, another in Frankfurt, another in Berlin. When I went there, I was accommodated in a house on the hills, in the forest, and in a village. And around us, there were only 5 houses. And generally, people did not live there. So there, and our nearest bread shop was 4.5 kilometers away. We did not have a car. I did not know how to drive, and I did not know the language. So these many difficulties were there, and no money also. I inherited about 90,000 euros of loan, whereas there was no income for the society. These things did not seem to be adamantine challenges in front of me, because I have worked in India too. I had faith in Sri Ramakrishna's will, but I tried to find who will help me, to find those people. So, after 5 years of my staying there, I collected enough money to buy a place in Frankfurt. So now 2 centers. Then another one in Berlin after another 5 years. Like that, for in 15 years we had 3 centers. And through those centers we experimented on these models, on this model. And then we knew where it would be the most convenient place for us to have our permanent center, where more and more people will be able to come and see us, come and take the benefit of our work. It took me again some 18 years to experiment on that. And side by side, always this is the truth about any kind of endeavor. The question of sustainability through manpower and finances. A peculiar fact about these countries, particularly Germany, is that people pay church taxes at source. The employer will pay 10% of their taxes for the churches. If a person is affiliated to Catholic Church, 10% from that person's tax will be deducted for church. We do not belong to any church. There are 3 such institutions which get money like in this way. One is the Catholic institutions, then Protestant institutions, and the Jews. We are none of them. And from the time of Bismarck, this rule has come to stay. This act has come to stay. So over the years, people in general have lost their idea of donating separately. They did not know that it was necessary for them to donate separately because they are donating at source. That was a big challenge for me. It is a completely different country in that respect. So I had to plan things from the beginning itself that how we will survive there. Each one of us used to pay about 500 euros per month towards our insurances. So what a big challenge. And other outgoings are there. And then manpower. We cannot import people from India to help us there. And to ask for help there, you have to pay a big amount of money. At least 25 euro per hour. You have to pay for any work. For very nominal work for cleaning the clothes. Who has so much money to do these things? And in the beginning we did not have money, we had all loans. See, as I said, that this kripa or the grace in general form is always there. And when things happen, they happen according to the rules of nature. The natural kripa is there, it happens according to that. Nothing happens miraculous, nothing happens like a magic. It happens due to some cause and effect. You give out your best, then the rest will be taken care of by Sri Ramakrishna. I will tell you some stories about that. That would be much more interesting than going through all the details. Of course, one thing that the question of sustainability was put to severe test during the 3 years of Corona when we were not able to go out and people were not able to come. So we got completely detached from people and we had to survive in that. In 3 of our centers, we were 9 people living. Our direct outgoing for our insurances were 2,600 euros per month without any income. We did survive during those 3 years by Sri Ramakrishna's grace. And we did send some money to some Indian centers because they need it. So see that when you start things seriously and make plan, then they do work. And that is the kripa manifesting this way. That is the general kripa, the grace of God. So in the beginning, I was in that hill center in the forest. I did not have money, I did not know how to drive. We did not have a car. And that time one day, it was in winter, maybe in the end of January or beginning of February, it was snowing very heavily. I was alone in that house. And that day I went down to the store and everywhere I checked what food I have actually. And I gathered enough material to cook my food that would help me for 2 meals. That much food was there. No money with me. But when I cooked that, I thought enough okay for this whole day. It did not strike me at all what will happen tomorrow. So, and that same day, around 9:30, one German lady came. She was our committee member and she came. She just appeared there. When I opened the door, I told her, you are the most unwelcome guest. Then she said, why Swami, what happened? Then I said, this is the problem. If I feed you, then I won't have any food left for night. She was very upset. She said, why didn't you call us? We could have called the stores and they would have delivered some goods here. We would have paid. I had no idea about that. So she was there and we were discussing about some things. Actually, she got stuck at a nearby station because it snowed so much that the trains were cancelled. So she took a cab and came to our ashrama, 13 kilometers from that station. When we were eating our food, somebody rang the bell at the door. Then I asked her to go there because I did not know their language, in particular the language in the village. So she went and I heard someone talking very loudly or harshly. And then she came back with tears in her eyes. I thought she must have been beaten by someone. So we went there and I saw that one tall German gentleman with big moustache, and inside the door there was a big basket of what? Rice, vegetables, milk, sugar, everything. Whatever a person would need for 7 days. I thought this lady ordered for that. So then we requested that gentleman to come in, but he said, no, I have no time. Actually, he used to work somewhere nearby. Because it snowed so much, his colleagues did not turn up. So he was going back home. While he was going for work, he saw our boat outside. This gentleman in 2004 during tsunami went to Sri Lanka as a volunteer. And there he used to go to visit the Hindu temples, and he saw that the pujaris, they did not discriminate that he was a Christian. So they gave him nice prasad, and he could not remember their warmth. He could not forget their warmth. And that day while passing by our house, he saw that board and he was very happy. He actually lived 30 kilometers away from us. He thought, okay, one day we will come back and I will come back and talk with these people. There must be Indians. Because it was written outside that affiliate to Ramakrishna order in India. So, but when he could not work at his place, he was going back home, then he thought, let me go to the store and buy something for home. But then he thought, okay, those people did not have a car because on the roadside we did not have a car. So he bought those things for us. Nobody told him. And then he said that you keep it, I will come sometime and talk with you. And then I asked this lady, why were you weeping? She said, Swamiji, I have read in books that these things happen. I have heard that these things happen somewhere, but I never thought that I will see this thing happening with my own eyes. So she was much impressed and she became our vice president and continued in that post for a long time. And there are so many such incidents. And if I go on narrating, it will take many, many hours. But then we moved to the next place, Frankfurt. But we kept our earlier house and our work there and moved to the next place in Frankfurt. We bought the house on 14th and got the key. And I don't know why I gave the key to the broker. Generally people should not do that. Because you are the owner, you should keep the key with you. But this broker, German gentleman, they are really honest. So I gave the key to him and said, you fill the tank with petrol, with oil, and run the heating inside the house properly. And tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock we will come back. And that night, overnight, somewhere our volunteers went to check the water taps. Somewhere they opened a water tap and the water did not flow through that. So they left it open and forgot to close it. And at night, because of the heating, etc., there was maybe some water got frozen inside. It was in winter, 14th of January. And all through night, water flowed from the fourth floor. Whole house was washed. And those who have experience in the houses, the buildings in the West, you know, water is the worst enemy for a house. And it completely got destroyed by water. 22,000 liters of water passed through that tap throughout the night. And this gentleman knows what to do, so he closed the tap and pumped out water, called someone to pump out, informed us, informed the municipality. Then we came. Then I said, okay, this has happened. Nobody is responsible for that. But maybe we need some more money. We have to do some more work. But still we will be doing it. I called some engineers and they said that it may take about 50,000 euros. Okay, we borrowed some money to buy that house in 2008-9 during the credit crunch period. That house was at a very cheap rate. We got it at a very good location. So then what happened during our talk, someone suggested that we can break a pipe there and so that we can say that the pipe got exploded at night and then the water flowed. I listened to that, kept quiet. Afterwards, I went to the insurance with one German lady, another Indian lady, and talked with the insurance company. And I told, I don't know how it happened. It may be due to a fault, mistake by our volunteers, that he might have forgotten to close it. But I don't know exactly what happened. Now this officer of the insurance, he was completely surprised, because if you speak this type of dangerous truth, they will not help actually. It is because of your fault and you don't know how it happened. So you are not insured for that. So we won't pay. But he was simply stunned to see that this fool has the courage to speak the truth. That impressed him so. And I did not go the other way because I was going to install Sri Ramakrishna there, who was the embodiment of truth. So I have to be true to that. And you see, the honesty is the best policy. The officer said, "We are Makhanales." I did not know that much German those days. So he said, "We will do everything, alles." I did not understand that. I asked, "What is the meaning of alles?" I asked this lady. Then this gentleman understands English. He said, "Alles means everything. Everything means everything." I was surprised. And afterwards, this gentleman told this German lady, "People cheat the insurance companies. And this man speaks the truth." First time in my life I have heard someone like this. So we'll do everything. Even I plan to repair that house before bringing in Sri Ramakrishna's pictures there. And the company gave a quotation of 13,000 euros. I offered the insurance. This we wanted to spend. You take this money. Then he said, "You keep it for good purposes." See, this is karuna. This is natural. This is there. If you are true to yourself, true to your idea, then things will happen. It is nothing miracle or nothing the sort of a magic. Not like that. God's grace is always there. Another thing I may share with you, and with that I will end. There are so many thousands of things. And towards the end, we bought a new plot of land. After experimenting on the location, I decided that we should have our permanent center in Berlin, and almost in the downtown, very costly location in West Berlin. We bought a plot of land, very good plot of land, with lot of communications and everything. Our next house is a drugstore. Next is orthopedic surgeon, dental surgeon, and physiotherapy. Then all varieties of supermarket, Turkish supermarket, Russian supermarket, bread shop, like that. We don't need a car. Earlier we used to have 3 cars for 3 centers. Now we have sold out all the cars. We don't need a car. So that we bought and we started construction. And I calculated that it would be around 18 lakhs of euros that we will get by selling the 3 existing houses. But due to the grace of Corona and Ukraine war, during the time of construction, this price went on spiraling up and up and up. At the end, it came to 4.7 million euros, around 50 crores of rupees. So these things just came. I don't know how it came. And towards the end of the construction, we were almost doing the flooring, and the part selected for the shrine had to be, the floor has to be wooden floor. That time one lady in London, She is a devotee of our London center. She got inspired by Sri Ramakrishna, who told her to donate a marble image of Sri Ramakrishna for Berlin Ashram. She called me in the morning and she was weeping. Then she narrated this story. I said, then why are you weeping? She said, I am weeping because if you say no. I said, should start feeling sad because Sri Ramakrishna went that far to talk with you. He could have talked with me. I was available there. I have been doing this thing. But see the grace. She has been chosen. I said, do you have enough money? She said, money I have. But you have to say yes. I said, give me 7 days time. I have to check with our structural engineer, the statue maker in Kolkata, G. Pal, who made the image of Sri Ramakrishna in Belmont, and our engineer Swamiji Rameswar Maharaj, who has installed a few such images. So to coordinate all these things, it would take some time. And she agreed, yes, 7 days fine. Then within the 7 days, everything fell in place, and our structural engineer said, okay, if you need 3 tons of static load, that much load bearing capacity this ground floor slab has. We have an underground, and that German slab has that much capacity to bear 3 tons of load on that spot. And our everything together came to around 1800, means less than 2 tons. That was decided. And then we have to fix on that making the image. G. Paul said they can be happy to make a bronze statue. They can simply cast it and give. Because their original person who used to sculptor retired. This young man, he just came out of this school and he does not know. He said, you tell about an image of Bankim Chandra, Rabindranath, even Swami Vivekananda. I can do that. But to do the image of Sri Ramakrishna is difficult. Then he raised another question. You ask this within 7 months, but we don't have stones. You need Italian marble or Vietnamese marble, but I don't have that. I said, what marble do you have? He said, this is Makarana marble. I said, okay, Swami, Sri Ramakrishna Thakur was Indian, so make his image with Indian stone. Finally, he agreed. Still, he said, Swamiji, it is very hard stone. Some places it may chip off more material, or sometimes there would be a spot on the face. I said, Sri Ramakrishna himself wanted to come, so he will look after all these things. You don't have to worry, you do it. It was a great boosting for him, young man. And at night at 2 o'clock, he used to focus light on the image which is being developed from the stone and ask me, Swamiji, what do you want? Do you want me to brush a little bit more or this, that? He became so much excited. And then when this was done before time in 5 months, then the question of transportation arose. I did not know how to bring it because it will take about 2-3 months to bring it by ship. But what happened, I checked with in my memory who I knew in Kolkata, who had a logistics business. Then I remembered one gentleman and I checked if I had his phone number. It was already 10-15 years ago. I did have his phone number and I checked that it was his phone number. He responded. And when I was narrating this event, then he was completely silent. I said, just tell me if you want, I will tell you. Otherwise, you tell me, give me some names. He said, no, Maharaj, I am simply stunned. Throughout my life, I have carried heavy electrical materials from foreign countries. That was my logistic business. And today you are asking me to carry Thakur. So he said, don't worry, I will do everything. And that everything means everything. So within 3 days, we had Thakur's image there. So see, this is how he works for his project, and we of course take pride to take the praises, credits. But in and through such practical experiences, we should learn whose hands are working. I told about the failures, his will. Before this plot, before the last plot that I bought for this permanent center now, we almost clinched a deal for another plot. And at the last day, those people, the sellers, they might have got a better offer. After 3 months of negotiations and contacting the municipality, when we fixed everything and they said, no, we are not going to sell it to you. In those countries, it is like that. If the seller says no, you cannot force them to sell it to you. And that day, I, together with one of our friends in Germany, we went for that last negotiation to the broker's house, and he got heartbroken. I went in his car. When we were driving back, he dropped me at the ashrama and went away. I was living alone for a long time there. So next day morning, I was taking my breakfast and someone knocked at the door. Then I opened the door and that gentleman was there. Then I said, you come. I have everything ready for you. He came and saw there was a separate plate and food and coffee made for him there. He said, how do you know that I will come? I said, it is anyone's guess. Yesterday's shock will unsettle you. You have to come to check with me if I am thinking that you are responsible for this failure. I said, you see, this all happens according to his wish. And we may buy something which is much better. Then he asked, why then Sri Ramakrishna made us work so hard? I said, yes. With these works, we have learned many new things. We learned that all banks won't give credit to societies. So we found a bank which can give credit. That is one gain. Another thing, how to negotiate with the municipality and city planning, that we have learned. We have learned that what way we can construct, so many things we have learned. Now when we go, we will buy it immediately without thinking twice. And that actually happened. We got a much better place, much bigger place, cheaper. In many ways it is the place Sri Ramakrishna wanted to be there forever. So, in and through this, if you do practical work, you will see at the end of the day, through all sorts of backbiting, bickerings, all these things are natural in every type of work, inside, outside, opposition, enmity. But at the end of the day, you feel so much happy that Sri Ramakrishna has chosen you to do his pioneering work. So that brings a tremendous satisfaction and the sense of fulfillment. So this is the gain we can have while we are working in challenging situations. Many thanks to the devotees here and to the Swamis that I have been given this opportunity to share some not only thoughts but ideas and a journey in and through all these obstacles, which can be called a wonderful pilgrimage. Thank you very much, Minister.
Many pranams, Maharaj, for very wonderful anecdotes. These are really key lessons. So, what everyone who want to practice devotion in their heart, and it could be really tested when we go to do some unselfish, selfless work for a greater cause, for a greater ideal. Maharaj would be available in the visitors hall. Devotees can go and meet him, offer pranam. So he would be there for another 15-20 minutes. Thank you very much. Yes, visitors all. Thank you.
हाँ महाराज से मैं अनुरोध करूंगा, और आप जब भी इंडिया आएंगे, इंडिया तो आते नहीं हैं, अभी देखो मैं यहाँ इतने साल मुंबई में हूँ, दिस इज फर्स्ट टाइम हैज कम हियर, इससे पहले कभी नहीं आया था। तो जो भी हुआ अभी एक बार तो मिल गया हम लोग का। तो महाराज को मैं हम लोग को रिक्वेस्ट करेंगे, जब भी आप इंडिया आएंगे प्लीज कम टू मुंबई, और हम लोग को ऐसा है सब भक्त लोग को आनंद दीजिए और आपको उपदेश सुनाइए, यही महाराज को हम लोग रिक्वेस्ट करेंगे। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद महाराज।